YouTube, what's going on YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. And as always, man, we hope it's positive energy. We hoping it's positive vibes. And most importantly, we're hoping it is positive vibes only, all right? So today we are back with more from my friends over at SHEA Avant Garde. And Smell Good, family, SHEA Avant Garde has been a really good database of recently of newer brands, newer niche brands that are coming out into the world, and they have these wonderful offerings. So I've talked about quite a bit of brands like Burkholtz and Gleam and many other brands that might not get that much notoriety in the fragrance community or just in fragrances period. All right, so Avant Garde, if you're looking for something different, or if you're looking for some of the main profiled fragrances from Parfums de Marly and Creed and Nichane and different brands like that, head over to SHEA Avant Garde, take advantage of my code to get 10% off. The code is Dedrick10 to save yourself 10% off. But today is a happy day. All right, we're gonna be talking about two fragrances today. SHEA Avant Garde, they sent these fragrances my way, and I'm very excited to discuss both of these, but in particular, one of these fragrances that I feel like it's eluded me over, I don't know, maybe the last couple of years. I smelled it on the sample and was blown away, and I'm so very grateful and thankful to now have a full bottle. All right, so let's go ahead and tap into it. All right, so up first, what we're going to be talking about today, from the house of Mind Games. Wow, one of the very best plum fragrances that you'll get your nose on. I wish I could wear it right now, all right, but I wouldn't dare wear this in the warmer, heated weather. Definitely gonna have to save this for the cooler months. But anyway, one of the very best plum fragrances that you'll ever get your nose on, and boy, what a treat. We're talking about Rye Lopez. Unique name, interesting name, but Rye Lopez is what we're going to be talking about first, man. So I have something on already. I'm actually getting ready to leave the house, so I don't want to, I would spray it on me like I normally do, but I can't. Don't want it to intervene, or I could, but whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying. So we're going to get a couple sprays on a tester strip, get a spray in the air, beautiful. Oh my God, right away you get that plum, these spices. It's just so sexy. This is a sexy fragrance, man. My goodness. It's kind of like a blend of a dark plum and like cherry, like dark plum and cherry. That's a blend you get, but as a fragrance continues to live on, the plum really rises to the top and really stays put. But what I love about this fragrance is the depth that it has, the spices, the woods, the richness of that plum just really stands out, at least for me on my skin. Like I said, I want to say maybe a couple of years ago, I had a sample of it and I fell in love with it, man. It's right up there for my experience with French Defense. Yes, it's right up there with French Defense for me. Because I love plum, and I'm also a fan of darker, like kind of those dark fruits and boozy style of fragrances. I'm a huge fan of those. And this is, for me, it's almost done to perfection. For me, it's almost done to complete perfection. Just love it. I can smell it all day, man. It smells fantastic, very mature. For me personally, how I would wear this is definitely going out, for a night out, like for sure. If I'm stepping out, I'm getting dressed, I'm putting on, that fire. I'm putting on a good fit. I'm putting on, a very undeniable look. I'm groomed. I'm stepping out to have a good time, whether it's date night with me and the wifey, or I'm stepping out with the fellas, might be hitting a cigar lounge, or going somewhere where grown people are being grown. This is definitely somewhere where I would wear this for sure. Like if you have this on, like you're not playing around. You're stepping into the building, you're coming to have a good time, but let it be known that I am him and I was here. That's the type of fragrance that you're dealing with here with Rye Lopez. let's get into some of the notes here, man. I could just sit here and smell this all day long, like all day long, and that's all the video will be. I'm that much of a fan. All right, so let's get to some of the main accords. You got a spicy, fruity, green, leathery, yes, and smoky, yes, style of a scent. Fragrance notes here, according to our friends over at Parfumo, you have black cherry, black plum, Nirvana, bay leaf, black pepper, black tea, rose, oakwood, patchouli, and leather. Now the mainstays, as it continues to move down, the leather does start to show up, but it's not a heavy leather. It's not an intrusive, excuse me, I'm here leather. That's not what it is. It complements the woods, the spices, and the dark plum. Like I said, you get a little bit of like a black cherry, darker sweetness in the immediate opening of this. It hangs around for a minute, but the plum really starts to state its claim, you know, as the continues to level out and the experience goes on, at least for me. But that leather, that spice, get a little bit of a smoky type, like a smoky feel to it, like a dot of it. But I love this stuff. This is sexy, it's mature, it's a little bit mysterious as well. It's like if someone would smell, if someone would smell you, they would kind of be like, who is this? Who is that guy? Like in a good way, not like, oh, who is that guy? No, not like that. Like, who is that? You know, fellas, if you're out here moving around, you're looking for a scene stealer, you know, for the ladies, this could be one for sure. Like, there's not a lot of guys smelling like this. I'm willing to bet if you walk into the room smelling like Ryan Lopez on a Friday evening and you're dressed and it's one of those type of chill vibes and adult atmosphere, yeah, you're probably going to be the only person in there smelling like Ryan Lopez for sure. So fellas, be careful out there with this one. But like I said, I can just keep smelling it on and on again, and it's fantastic. And as I was saying, you know, very mature, mysterious, really great qualities here with the oils. You know, the notes in here just kind of really suit my taste. So I'm definitely being biased to what I love and what I rock, and you know what this is. You know, this is the style of fragrance for me when it gets cooler, especially when I'm stepping out. It's just one of those ones. Mind Games have a lot of great fragrances, a lot, and they are hella expensive. All right, so don't blind buy this. Get you a sample over on the Mind Games website. Use my code DEDRICK10 over there as well if you want to get your 10% off a sample just to see for yourself. But I'm warning you now, if you're a fan of dark plum, you got a little spice, a little woods, if you're a fan of just that type of style, you're probably going to commit to a bottle. You're probably going to commit. This stuff is absolutely outstanding. I rate French Defense a 10 out of 10. This is right there. This is right there, man. Like, they are neck and neck for me. And like I said, I'm very, very thrilled, very, very happy to now have a full bottle in my collection. And it's just great. It's not going to be for everybody. Someone's going to smell this and going to be like, oh my God, it's a little bit too much. I get it. Like I said, it's mature, it's masculine. That dark plum, the leather, the spices, the woods, man. It's just one of those ones, and I cannot wait till it cools down. It's a long way away until we get back to fall, until we get back to winter. But man, when it gets back here, this will be one of the first fragrances that I actually wear. So a little out of season for me. Wear what you want to wear, whenever you want to wear. Y'all do y'all thing. But for me, I wouldn't dare wear this. It's 92 degrees right now. At the recording of this video, it is 93 degrees. There's no way that I'm going to wear this out there. But on a nice night out in the fall, in the winter time, stepping out, you know, dressed, groomed, you know, going out to have a great time, you know, this is definitely a high contender. Get your nose on it, y'all. Just get your nose on it. From the house of Mind Games, we're talking Ryan Lopez. My goodness, Mind Games. They always get it done. For me, at least. For me, they always get it done. All right, so check them out. Get your sample over on mindgames.com and see for yourself. All right. Up next, very surprised with what we're talking about next. I am a huge fan of clean, versatile, fresh fragrances, but I'm also a fan of those styles of fragrances especially when you get a unique twist to them, and you definitely have it here. What are we talking about here? From the house of Gleam, we're talking Dominica. Gleam's Dominica. Now, this is the tester bottle. I saw the full presentation. So Avant Garde sent me the tester bottle, but I saw the full presentation, and it is beautiful. It is a beautiful full presentation, but I just got a nice little tester box and the fragrance, and that's all we care about, right? Absolutely. But let's go ahead and talk about it. When I smelled this, I didn't know what I was getting. I think this is a 2025 release, so this is a newer line. I don't know what the line is called from Gleam, but the bottle styles remain the same, but it's clear. Kind of reminds me of like that like the off-white God Rest Virgil Abloh Soul, but kind of reminds me of like the off-white. This is what I mean. Like, if you know anything about off-white sneakers and everything that Virgil did, if I can get it in focus, you got the name of the fragrance, but then you got these, like, the description, you know, right underneath the bottom. It says, in the heart of every lazy day lies Dominica, celebration of life's most cherished moments. It's the triumphant of relaxation. It says, when time slows down and you're surrounded by your people. So I like it. It's a simplistic presentation, but very nice. It's a very nice piece. So let's get this on a tester strip. And again, I've tested this. Beautiful sprayer, puts out a lot of juice. I've tested this a few times, and in the air you get this kind of like a salty cotton, cotton sweetness. Almost like a bit of like a cotton candy feel that you get in the air, and it pushes. It's not soft. It's not gonna lay back in the weeds. No, this stuff is out in front, and in the air it's completely taken over my airspace. Even has knocked out the Rye Lopez, which is very, very hard to do. But it's clean, and you're not gonna need a lot of sprays of this. I wore 2 sprays on each arm, and I went out to the grocery store. I told y'all, when I get new fragrances in, I'll be ready to test them right away. So put on 2 sprays on each arm, went to the grocery store just to see what it does as I'm moving around. And I said, yo, that's all you really need. This stuff is kind of moving, and it's definitely moving. But like I said, salty, clean, like clean white cotton, clean linen. There's like a touch of sweetness here, but it's different. It's not like your everyday, like, it's not like what's a very clean fragrance, like, it's not like Versace Pour Homme. It's not like that. It's not like just you know, I'm trying to think of some other just clean scents. It's not like Mont Blanc Star Walker. It's not like that. It's not. It definitely has some layers to it. And it's interesting. It has like a coating over like the cotton. Like, and maybe that's what the sweetness is. I don't know the notes in here. We're about to find out. But it's clean. It's interesting. It's starting to settle down a bit because I'm starting to smell the Rye Lopez. in you know, kind of moving around here as the opening kind of starts to settle in. But yeah, but clean, fresh, a little salty. I want to say, marine-like, mineral, you know, like that type of vibe. Let's go ahead and read the notes, because I have not looked up the notes. I've saved this fragrance for a couple of weeks here, and let's see what we get here, man. So, main accords, here we go. Aquatic, fresh, and creamy, and that's probably what that little bit of sweetness. It's not vanilla, not amber, it ain't none of that, but you just kind of get like that clean, fresh linen vibe. That's what you get here. Notes, you got cotton, salt, solar note. Solar note. Okay. What is this called? Petrichor. It's kind of like an Ambroxan, Isui Super type of element we got here, and then you get smoky notes. So that's what you get. A unique breakdown, very interesting. To be honest, I haven't smelled anything like it before. I do really like this fragrance. It's gonna be one of those go-to fragrances where I'm not really trying to, search for something. It's just clean and it gets to it, but it has enough difference if I want something that has a little bit more character than just a traditional clean and fresh, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to really gather myself with letting y'all know it's clean and fresh, but it's even a little bit more than that. That's what I'm trying to say to you guys. And I don't know what the Petra-rich note and the solar note combine, if they're creating like this different layer to the cotton and the salt that you're getting with this fragrance. I can't compare it to anything because I haven't smelled anything that smells like this. So from the house of Gleam, this is an underrated niche house with a lot of great offerings. And for me personally, I like what this does. I love the breakdown of the description of the fragrance. But more importantly, this is something that is going to get utilized in a lot of different situations. I'm going to be wearing this to the office. I'm going to be wearing this on chill days when I got to move around. I might even wear a couple of sprays of this to the gym. This is very versatile, but it has layers to it that makes it different than your everyday clean and fresh fragrance. All right, it definitely does. A little bit pricey for sure. They only offer, I think 50 mls, but you do get extracted parfum concentration, so that's why I said you don't need more, even for a clean and fresh fragrance. I can see this being a couple sprays and that's it. Like off the card, it's going crazy. Off of my skin when I was in the grocery store, it was maneuvering around. I had it on my skin by about 4 or 5 hours before I took my shower for the evening. So getting a full wear is coming soon, but I'm letting you know that this stuff is going to perform more than usual than just your everyday freshie. Than your everyday clean fragrance. It is, at least off of my skin. And with that extracted parfum concentration, I can see that assisting in that. 50 ml, that's all they offer. Price tag's a little expensive, but you can get I think it's like a 2.5 ml sample for like $6. But if you use that Dedrick 10 code on top of that and knock it down a little bit more, and you can see for yourself. So if you're into clean, and if you're into fresh, this is a true niche take on clean and fresh. There's something different about this one. It's not your everyday, like I said, Versace Pour Homme. What's some other clean and fresh fragrances? I should know them. Your original Calvin Klein, or nothing like that. It's something that when you smell it, you can be like, interesting. For clean and fresh, that's interesting. That's exactly what I did. But from the house of Gleam, love the name, really enjoy the fragrance. You're going to be seeing this more for sure, due to the versatility of this fragrance and how different a vibe that it is when you're talking clean and fresh. Dominica from Gleam, it's really, really good. Definitely sample worthy, just like Ryan Lopez, sample worthy. Over on Avant Garde, you can tap into Gleam, and then on mindgames.com you can tap into Ryan Lopez if you have not already. All right, so special thanks again to my friends over at Avant Garde for sponsoring today's video. Great database where you can go and kind of shop around and see some things for yourself that are different, and some of the mainstay fragrances that get talked about all the time in the community. So tap in. I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all for the love and support. I don't take it for granted. And as always, just keep it positive, man. So much going on in the world. Keeping it positive can do a body good, could do a mind good, could do a spirit good. Keep it positive. All right, y'all. Splack it up, splack it down, splack that thing all around. And remember, what you put out to this world, it's exactly what you are going to get back. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. Till next time. Splack 'em.